Well, I'm back. So I was using for a little while. We had a few things to take care of, and we got it straight now, so I'll be able to make a few more videos on a week, or like 2 or 3 a week. I haven't decided yet, but I will let you know. And I wanted to thank everyone for 1,000 subscribers. I am so excited. It was such a fun thing to reach 1,000. Elle and I were just so happy and excited to make more videos for you. And tonight, I know I've made meatballs before on my channel, but I've never made meatball stuffed with cheese. And I don't know why, but I've been hungry for that marinara sauce and the meatball stuffed with cheese. And I don't know if I'm going to be successful, but hopefully the cheese will stay inside. I have a couple of tips. But I thought I'd bring you along tonight because I have so much fun with cook with me videos. Sorry, I can't talk right today. But anyway, let's get started. I did a couple things in advance so you wouldn't have to wait. I didn't want to make the video too long. So anyway, let's just get started. Use 2 pounds of ground beef, and I'm experimenting tonight. This is the first time I've ever made these, so hopefully it works out. But I have, and 1 pound is 93.7, and the other one's 80/20. I haven't used 80/20 in quite a while, but I thought I just wanted to see if it made a little juicier meatball. And I sauteed about half of an onion, about 3 cloves of garlic first, and I let it cool off. And I'm going to do this in my mixer. Since I have one, I thought, you know, save my hands from getting so dirty. Anyway, I'm just going to add pretty simple ingredients. And I'm going to start with, I like to always add a dash of this to my meatballs. It just Worcestershire sauce gives so much flavor. I'll just add about a teaspoon. You don't want to add too much. And I have 2 eggs. And I let my meat sit out a little while so it cooks more evenly. And this is about 1 jalapeno that I chopped up. I used it yesterday and I didn't finish it, so I wanted to finish it today. And they're not very hot. We had them and they're just not that hot. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. So let's throw our onions and garlic in. This is a good trick when you saute the onions and garlic. First of all, my husband doesn't like if the onions aren't cooked well. And another thing, I learned it from Gordon Ramsay, that it makes really juicy meatballs. And I did it before and it really works well. This is freshly grated Parmesan cheese. That's about half a cup. I know we're going to stuff it with cheese, but Parmesan cheese adds really good flavor too. And we're going to add some salt, kosher salt. And I don't want to add too much because the Parmesan cheese is pretty salty. And just some black pepper. And you know, you can season to your taste. Some people like pepper, some people don't. Oh, you know what I'm going to add? I forgot. I'm going to add just a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes. If I can find them. Here they are. Just a little bit. I love this meatballs. You can leave that out if you don't like that spice. A little onion powder, even though we have onions. We like to use and we always add extra garlic. We just love garlic, especially in meatballs. This is just garlic powder. And that's probably just about a half a teaspoon. And I also have some Italian seasoning. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of this. About that much. And I think that's about it. So I'm going to move this to the mixer and we're going to mix this up. Breadcrumbs. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to, you want the breadcrumbs to bind it. And I'm going to just start with about a half a cup. And we'll see how it holds together. And I like to kind of combine it just a tiny bit before I turn my mixer on. I don't want it to fly everywhere. I've never made meatballs in my mixer. This is my first time, but it's sure easier. So I'll mix this, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Worked out quite well. So we're going to take it off and get the meat off of it. And I'm going to move it to the stove. There's more light there, and I think we have enough breadcrumbs. If not, we'll throw in a few more, but I think that's good. And I'm going to move to the stove and show you how we're going to make these meatballs. We're using these mozzarella cheese sticks, and we put them in the freezer so they'll be a little firmer before we bake them, and maybe it won't leak out. But I'm just going to cut this into about 5 pieces. And, you know, like I said, this is an experiment. So, my husband helped me cut the cheese. I probably did it the wrong way. Anyway, The cheese sticks are pretty flavorful. And I also have some more mozzarella if I need it. Let me show you what we're going to do. Took the meat, and this is a 18 by, it's just one of the half sheet pans. And we cut it in half this way. And I'm trying to make a certain amount of meatballs, but you don't have to do this. It's just a trick I learned from I've never done it before. I don't know if it's going to work, but I was reading a South Your Mouth blog. I really like her blog. She's a Southerner, and she has some pretty good recipes. I didn't make all of them, but I made a couple of them, and they were really good. But anyway, she said this was an easy way to do it, so we'll see. So I'm just going to take this little cheese. I'm just going to put one. See, I can tell they're already different sizes, so I'm going to take the big ones and just put the cheese in the middle. Now, you will have to get your hands dirty for this. Oh, and by the way, I have my oven preheating to 375 convection. You could probably do it a regular on 350 or even 375. I just like to use my convection sometimes. I find it's a little faster. You could also do this on the stove. I think I'm going to make, well, I'm not going to make it, but I think I'm going to use a little marinara sauce and maybe put some of the meatballs in the marinara sauce and make a little pasta. That's what we're craving. I don't have any homemade bread lately, though. I haven't made any. I need to practice. Some of it's a little uneven, but you want a perfect rectangle, as she said, and I already messed it up, I think. We'll see. I think it's going to be good, though. And I have extra cheese if I need it. I think this is going to be just right. I think this is going to make 24 meatballs. So let me wet my hand a little bit. Let's see if I can. I got another pan over here with aluminum foil. And I'm going to place the meatballs on here once I roll them. So let's see how this works. I don't know if I have the patience to do this, to be honest with you. Anyway, you just kind of, you might want to skip the jalapenos because maybe I should have cooked them first. But that's about the size that you're going to get. That's 2 pounds of meat. But I love any kind of meatball myself. You could also make meatball subs with this. I think they're going to be really good. And I love cheese. I made chicken enchiladas the other day, and they were really good. I'm going to make a video on that one day. I was practicing making my own enchilada sauce. I've been researching it a little bit. Anyway, I'm just going to roll these up like so and try to make sure the cheese is in there, in the center. But I don't want you to see me roll every one of them up. But I'm going to roll these up, and then I'll show you the next step. Here they are. I rolled them, and I'm going to tell you how long it takes to bake them. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to keep an eye on them because if you over bake them, the cheese will come out. So I'm going to keep a close eye on them, and I'll let you know how long it takes to bake them. And I think we're going to heat some sauce up into meatballs are baking. By the way, I set the timer for 15 minutes. I got to check them. Oh gosh, they smell so good. It looks good so far. And I have a pot over here. I'm going to use some penne pasta. But you don't have to use pasta, especially if you're on a low-carb diet. This would be a really good meatball to have if you skip the breadcrumbs. And I can make my own sauce, but I'm going to use this today. I put it on a pizza earlier, and it needs a little more garlic, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to heat that up in this pot, and then I might put some of the meatballs in here for the pasta. I don't know if we're going to use all of them in the sauce, but I definitely want some in the sauce, but I'll put some Parmesan cheese in there or whatever. But anyway, it's going to be simple. So this should be an easy supper to have. And I'll tell you what, to put them in that mixer, oh my goodness, that made it so much easier. I don't know why I've never done that before, but it was really nice to not have to mix it with my hand. Anyway, so I just wanted to let you know what was going on. I've got some water right here, and I want to salt it well. You always want to salt your water when you're making potatoes or pasta. And I put the lid on it so it boils quicker. So anyway, I have like 6 minutes left on the timer, and they look brown. Oh, I see some of the cheese coming out a little bit, only on 2 of them. So I'll let them bake for 14 minutes. But you see how the cheese is coming out of some of them? I think that I overbaked them just a hair. But most of them look pretty good. I guess this is my first time, so I guess you have to roll it, exact. But that's okay. You can see this one leaked a little bit. But you can see, like, most of them didn't. This one was starting to. See that? Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So I'm going to heat the salsa. Let me show you. I'm going to add just a little. I think I'm going to add. Oops. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder to this. And maybe a little red pepper flake. And maybe some Parmesan cheese. And that's it. It's going to be pretty simple. My water's not boiling it for my pasta. And put a little Italian seasoning in here. I really like that Bertolli. Pretty good. I like all of them, really. I don't know. So I'm going to heat this up and boil my pasta, and then we'll guys, well, we're going to eat some with pasta, but I wanted to just show you the inside of the meatballs. And they're so juicy. But this one leaked a little bit, but these meatballs are delicious. That's one, I'm not trying to brag, that's one thing I can make is a meatball. And the cheese is just so good. Sorry about that quick cut off. We had to take a little break. But let me say, sauteing your onions a little bit, it's a really good thing to do. It makes them really moist. And I think the 80-20 and was a good addition. I don't buy it often, but it really is flavorful. So anyway, I'm so glad to be back. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't for more delicious recipes. And if you like to comment, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. But anyway, I'll catch you next time. And try these meatballs. They're so good. Bye.